The city of New Elysium shone like a beacon in the night sky. Glittering towers of steel and glass, automated shuttles zipping across neon lanes, and 1,000 billboards advertising the future that had already arrived. Yet, for all its progress, humanity still carried its oldest flaws: greed, pride, betrayal. Maya Voss had grown up believing she was destined for greatness. Adopted as a child from a refugee colony on Mars, she had been raised by Samuel Voss, a black engineer who had once served in the Solar Wars. Samuel wasn't rich. He didn't live in the shining towers of New Elysium, but in a humble 3-story brick home in the city's older district. Still, he gave Maya everything: a proper education, food, warmth, and, above all, love. But as Maya entered adulthood, something hardened in her heart. She looked at Samuel's patchwork uniforms, the way he insisted on repairing household machines instead of upgrading them, and the modest meals he cooked after long shifts at the orbital docks. She began to feel embarrassed. Why couldn't her father be like the wealthy parents of her classmates, who drove hover cars and dressed in imported silks? When Samuel gently reminded her of her heritage, of the sacrifices that had brought her to Earth, Maya only rolled her eyes. She wanted more than his love. She wanted luxury, recognition, power. At 23, she finally snapped. One rainy evening, she stood in the living room, a storm brewing inside her chest. Samuel was fixing an old service bot, his dark hand steady as he worked, his hair silvered with age. "You never gave me the life I deserved," Maya spat. "All these years, and what you have to show for it? A crumbling house, broken machines, and stories about wars no one remembers." Samuel looked up slowly, his deep voice calm. "Child, life isn't measured by credits or shining towers. It's measured by the hearts we touch, the people we protect." Maya's face twisted. "That's loser talk. I'm done living like this. You've held me back long enough." And then she said the words that cut him deeper than any blade. "Get out. You're not my real father. You're nothing." For a long moment, silence filled the house, broken only by the patter of rain against the windows. Samuel's eyes, usually warm, dimmed with something unreadable. He stood, set down his tools, and walked to the door. Before leaving, he looked back at Maya one last time. "One day you'll understand. And when you do, I hope it isn't too late." The door closed softly behind him. Middle, Maya expected to feel free, unburdened. Instead, the house felt colder, emptier. Still, she pushed the thought away. She sold Samuel's old belongings, upgraded the house with rented drones, and began living as if she were already wealthy. But soon debts piled up. The luxury fashion she craved drained her savings. The friends who flocked to her for parties vanished when the money ran low. Within months, she was alone and broke. One evening, as she wandered the attic searching for valuables to pawn, Maya stumbled upon an old, dust-covered trunk. Inside were strange metallic discs, stacks of old star maps, and sealed letters written in Samuel's neat handwriting. Curiosity overcame her bitterness. She slid one of the discs into her hollow projector. Instantly, blue light filled the room, displaying encrypted financial records tied to off-world accounts. Her heart raced as she decoded the figures. Her adoptive father, humble, quiet Samuel Voss, had been hiding 5 million credits. At first, she was furious. All those years of patched clothes and ration meals, when he could have given her everything. How dared he keep such wealth from her? But then came the stranger files. Another disc revealed battlefield reports. Samuel hadn't just been an engineer. He'd been a decorated war hero, credited with saving thousands during the siege of Titan. He'd refused promotions, choosing instead to work in the shadows, repairing supply lines, ensuring soldiers lived to see another day. One letter was addressed to her. Hands trembling, Maya opened it. "My dearest Maya, if you are reading this, then I am gone, or you have chosen to look beyond anger and see the truth. The money is not for me. It was never for me. It was always for you, to build a life not of shallow riches, but of purpose. I live humbly so that when the time came, you could choose your own path, free of the chains of greed that destroy so many. I did not tell you because I feared it would corrupt your heart. I hoped love would guide you, but if not love, perhaps the truth will. Remember, you are more than where you came from, more than where you dream of going. You are my daughter, in every way that matters, with love eternal. Samuel Voss. The words shook her, but pride still warred with guilt in her chest. She told herself she deserved the money. Samuel had been a fool to hide it. She took the access codes and withdrew the funds. Within days, she moved into a gleaming skyrise apartment, bought a hover car, and surrounded herself with shallow companions once more. She tried to drown out Samuel's voice in her head, but something was wrong. Every night, she dreamed of him, his tired hands repairing broken things, his quiet laughter when she was little, the warmth of his embrace when she first called him Dad. She remembered how he sat by her sickbed when she had fever, how he worked double shifts to pay for her schooling, how he never once complained. And now, she had cast him aside like trash. The twist, one fateful night. As she drove her hover car through the neon-lit streets, Maya noticed government drones swarming the skies. News reports blared on every screen. Veteran engineer Samuel Voss missing after attempted sabotage at orbital docks. Maya's blood ran cold. The report claimed Samuel had been involved in illegal activity, accused of smuggling war tech. But she knew her father. He would never betray his country. Then another memory surfaced. In the trunk, one sealed envelope had been marked in case of emergency. She had ignored it before. Heart pounding, she raced home and tore it open. Inside was a data chip and a note. Maya, if they ever come for me, it means the truth is lost. The war was not what you were told. The council hides their crimes behind heroes they erase. I am no traitor. I carry proof of their corruption, proof worth more than credits. If you still love me, if any part of you remembers, I need you now. Trust no one. Your father. The chip contained encrypted files exposing the council's atrocities during the war, massacres, secret experiments, entire colonies sacrificed for profit. Samuel had stolen the evidence and hidden it, knowing one day it might be needed. Maya's heart shattered. He hadn't been hoarding money for selfish reasons. He had been safeguarding both her future and the truth. And now he was in danger, perhaps already captured. For the first time, Maya saw her own reflection clearly. She had betrayed the only person who had ever truly loved her. Climax. Determined to make amends, Maya used Samuel's funds not for luxury, but to hire mercenary hackers and smugglers. She tracked his last known location to an abandoned station orbiting Saturn. The journey was perilous. Corporate agents hunted her, trying to intercept the files. She fought with a courage she never knew she had, using every resource to outwit them. Finally, deep within the frozen corridors of the station, she found him, weak, imprisoned, but alive. "Dad," she whispered through tears. Samuel looked up, weary but astonished. "Maya," she broke his restraints and held him close. "I was wrong. About everything. Please forgive me." His eyes softened. "You found the truth, haven't you?" She nodded. "And I'll make it right. We'll expose them. Together." Ending. With Samuel's guidance and the files he had preserved, Maya broadcast the truth across the colonies. The council's corruption was laid bare for all to see. Revolt sparked, reforms ignited, and Samuel's name was cleared. But for Maya, the greatest victory was not the fall of tyrants. It was earning back her father's trust. Months later, as they stood side by side in their modest home, restored, not luxurious, Maya finally understood what Samuel had tried to teach her. Love, sacrifice, and integrity were worth more than any wealth. The 5 million credits remained untouched in the account, a reminder not of greed, but the bond between them. And when Maya looked at her father, she no longer saw a man who had held her back. She saw the truest hero she would ever know.